The candidates are in an all-out push to the finish line, and so are the voters. Early voting crushing the record. With more than 94 million votes cast, Texas actually passed their state's total number of votes for 2016. And the Lone Star State, it's a battleground state this year.
That's right, Robin. And there's another big issue that is top of mind for so many: security. Take a look at the White House. This is a live look. ABC News has learned a non-scalable temporary fence is expected to go up there outside today. All of those details coming up in just a bit.
Everyone brace for the big day. It's a very busy Monday, one day left. Take a look at the map right here. It shows the final day of campaigning for both sides. Trump will be holding 5 rallies in 4 states. Joe Biden's going to be in Pennsylvania and Ohio today. The running mate surrogates also hitting the trail. President Obama going to be in Georgia tonight. Our team is spread out all across the battlegrounds. Mary Bruce starts us off in Pennsylvania. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, with 20 electoral votes, the candidates have been spending a lot of time here. And now it is crunch time. They are both out in full force today, taking their last stands in the critical battleground states that could decide their fate. This morning, the finish line now just hours away.
We're going to win 4 more years in the White House, our beautiful White House.
It's time for Donald Trump to pack his bags and go home.
President Trump on an all-out blitz, holding 9 rallies in 6 states over the weekend and planning 5 more today, hitting many of the same states. He's playing defense, sweeping through areas he won in 2016. With polls showing he has a narrow path to victory, Trump is banking on a large turnout on Election Day.
We have a giant red wave that's formed. It's formed.
While Joe Biden is flooding the zone in Pennsylvania, his entire team today fanning out across the critical state. Polls show him still slightly ahead in the Keystone State. Pennsylvania is one of 33 states that won't start counting absentee ballots until November 3rd. Final results could take days. But now, without any basis, Trump says ballots should not be counted past Election Day.
We should know the result of the election on November 3rd. That's the way it's been, and that's the way it should be.
But that's just not true. While projections are usually made, no state ever reports final results on election night. Biden says he's taking nothing for granted as he tries to rebuild that blue wall Trump broke through in 2016.
Guess what, Mr. President? I'm coming for you.
Hoping to take back Michigan, Biden Saturday with a little help from his heaviest hitter, former President Obama. Obama trying to get out the vote and showing he's still got it. Biden is also trying to make inroads in once deep red states like Georgia, Arizona, and Texas, where on Friday a Biden campaign bus was swarmed by a caravan of Trump supporters. The president praising the move, retweeting the video, adding, "I love Texas," and blasting the FBI's investigation into the incident, calling the people involved patriots. The Biden campaign calling the ambush reckless, dangerous, and an intimidation tactic. Sticking to his message, Biden says the president is surrendering to the pandemic.
The truth is, to beat the virus, we first got to beat Donald Trump.
But the president still eager to change the subject, putting on a positive spin at his packed rallies.
And we're rounding the turn on a pandemic. We're rounding the corner.
But Dr. Anthony Fauci challenging that view, telling the Washington Post, "You could not possibly be positioned more poorly," adding the country is in for a whole lot of hurt this winter. The White House firing back, accusing Fauci of playing politics ahead of the election.
Fire Fauci! Fire Fauci!
And the president hinting he may fire him.
Don't tell anybody, but let me wait till a little bit after the election. I appreciate the advice. I appreciate it. No, he's been wrong on a lot.
With cases reaching record highs, the president is now blaming doctors and hospitals, claiming without evidence that they're inflating the numbers.
You know, our doctors get more money if somebody dies from COVID. You know that, right? I mean, our doctors are very smart people.
The American Medical Association responding, the suggestion that doctors in the midst of a public health crisis are overcounting COVID-19 patients or lying to line their pockets is a malicious, outrageous, and completely misguided charge. Now, Joe Biden is spending most of the day in western Pennsylvania, but he's also making a stop in Ohio, a sign that his team thinks that state may be in play. Biden finishes things out with a blockbuster rally with Lady Gaga at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, while the president today has 5 rallies, including one in Biden's hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania. He is also hitting Wisconsin, North Carolina, and finishing things out in Michigan. George.
Mary, I think we have to get you in from the rain, but first, the focus on Pennsylvania today. In our final poll shows a 7-point lead for Joe Biden.
Yeah, he's up 7 points right now in our latest poll. That is down from 9 points in our poll last month. That's still a larger lead here than Hillary Clinton had 4 years ago, but it is not enough, George, to make Biden's team confident about this state. It is critical, but not a must-win for Biden. His team does see a path to 270 without winning here in Pennsylvania. While there are glimmers of hope for Trump in our latest poll, his margin of disapproval appears to be down here in Pennsylvania. George.
And Trump cannot afford to lose it. Okay, Mary, thanks very much. Let's bring in our White House team, Cecilia Vega and John Carl. And Cecilia, let me begin with you. What's your sense of the mood inside the Trump camp today?
Well, look at the map, George. It tells you everything. 14 states between Saturday and today. They are focused on Pennsylvania. They know that that is a must win. His final rally tonight is going to be in Grand Rapids. That also tells you that's where he closed out his 2016 campaign. This map tells you that they are heading into Election Day on defense tomorrow. They are only visiting states that he won back in 2016. When you talk to folks on the campaign privately, they will concede that they know that this is a very uphill battle. Publicly, they're going into tomorrow very confident, but privately, they know they've got to turn people out. They are seeing these numbers that Democrats are turning out the early votes, and they know that their people need to come out tomorrow on Election Day. That is why you are seeing the president hold so many rallies, because this is no longer about changing minds, George. This is about getting their supporters out to vote. And I'm told the president, for his mood, George, he's happier than he's ever been seeing this enthusiasm and these huge crowds that he's been getting over the last few days.
Adrenaline rush those final 24 hours. John Carl, we also saw the president of the piece say the winner should be declared on tomorrow night. But there's a very, very high likelihood that that's not going to happen. And that's not a sign that anything's gone wrong.
No, that's absolutely true, especially this year because, George, there is so much vote by mail. And in several of the key states like Pennsylvania and Michigan, they won't even begin counting most of those votes until Election Day. It simply takes more time. Local officials in Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania have all warned people that the counting will take time, likely take days. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it goes. We won't have a full count on Election Day.
And John, depending on which votes the states count first, and it's going to be different in every state. You could have some states where it looks like Joe Biden has a huge lead tomorrow night, when in fact Donald Trump will close the gap later, and vice versa.
Exactly right. Well, first of all, look at the Sun Belt. Actually, in the Sun Belt, Florida, Georgia, Texas, North Carolina, those are all states with massive early voting, a lot of vote by mail, and those are also states that start counting as the votes come in. So they're already tabulating the votes. They're going to have results very quickly, and the first results may well be those mail-in votes that could favor Joe Biden. So, you know, George, the talk of the president declaring victory prematurely, saying that he's got a lead, well, it's quite possible that early in the night that Joe Biden's the one with the lead.
Right, and then you flip it around. In Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, it could be very possible that Donald Trump has the lead, but that will flip later for mail-in votes. John Carl, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.